Hi everyone, today's lesson is exponential and log equations. There are some questions that we're going to do. Before we start, remember, high motivation, high confidence and no fear. Okay, exponential equations is like anything to do with the power of pronumerals like x or y or a or b, the letter. Okay, so anything that you have power with the letter on top, you need to start thinking log. Okay, but that's the form of exponential equation there. Okay, and the log can be used to solve exponential equations rather than using a guess and check method. Okay, guess and check method is not bad. It's not it's not ideal in the exam situation, isn't it? Because it'll take a while if you're in a wrong path. Anyway, let's have a look at the question. Solve each exponential equation. So solve. Now, when it the verb says solve here, we need to think about what is we are looking for. What are we solving? X. Okay, so let's have a look. The first one, 2 to the power of x equals 512. Now, there's a couple of ways of doing this. If you knew that 512 is 2 to the power of 9, some miracle, you knew that, fantastic, because then x equals just 9, isn't it? Because the same base, we don't have to worry about the base, we just only think about the power, so that's x equals 9. But most of us, we don't know that 512 is 2 to the power of 9. I didn't know. Another way you could do is take log. We don't say multiply by log, we say taking log. I'll say or here. Okay, so this is another way of doing it. So I'm going to take log, meaning I'm going to put log in front of. When I say log here, I say log base 10. Okay, so it'll be 2 to the power of x equals log base 10, 512. Okay, that's not bad. Now with this, I think it's a third law of log. We can take the power in front. This one we can't. So I'm just leaving it as it is. And then I'm going to divide by both sides by log base 10 too. Okay, so now log base 10 is what we got in the calculator, so don't worry too much about that. So you just have to put it in a fraction form. Remember, in the calculator, fraction form there, mode, and just put log 512 log 2, then you will get 9. Okay, so that means the x is 9. All right, another quick one is when you come to this far here, you just want to know what power with the 2. Quickest way you could do is doing this. Log 512 in your calculator, log 2, you'll get 9. So basically that goes on the top. Log 512 over log 2 will give us 9. That means 2 to the power of 9 is 512. Okay, so basically that just write this straight away. Okay, so that's what it is. Next one, 5 to the power of b equals 25 square root of 5. Now I just want to mention that's like exponential equation. Okay, so just remember that this is what exponential equation form looks like. Now this one I could take log, it's not a problem, but I was just looking at here, my base is 5 and I can sort of work with 5 here. isn't it? It's 25, 5, there's a lot of 5s there. So I think I can work with 5. So what I'm going to do here, what's this one? That's 5 square times 5 to the power of half. Remember, square root is power of half. Now, index law, when the base is same and then you multiply, you add the power together. So 2 plus half is 5 over 2. Yeah? So that means B equals 5 over 2. Okay? So that's what I've got. Now, if you didn't know, if you didn't see any 5s, you know, oh, I don't know. Because in the exam, it can happen, you know. So in that case, you take log. Okay? Take log. So I'm going to go log of 10, 5b equals log 10, 25 root 5. Okay? And then b goes to the front. Then I can make the b the subject, isn't it? That's what we want. We want b to be our subject so that we know we can find the value of b. And then again, make a b the subject. So I'm going to divide it by both sides by log base 10, 5. So log. Make sure you write it base 10 small. Okay. Over. Now, if you put that in your calculator, you'll get 2.5, which is same as 5 over 2. Same thing. Okay, so B is 2.5. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. Now, next question is applied question, meaning worded question. Now, we are using roughs. Okay, read the question, understand the question, filter. So collect the information, filter the question, and then think of correct formula and solve and check. So we are going to read the question. James invests $12,000 at 2% per month compound interest. How many whole months will it take for James's investment to grow to $15,000? So I read the question and then understand. So what is a question? Is understanding. Okay. So we are looking for time, isn't it? Okay. I think N. We're looking for how many whole months from the investment. It's from 12,000 to 15,000 will take. Okay. So we've done that. And then now we need to collect information. Okay, what are the information we need? It's like a shopping, okay? So you're going to buy the things that you need to use. Okay, I need 12,000. I don't know. I'm just going to put that in anyway because it's a number. And yes, that's important. And then that's important. All right. Now collect it. I'm going to think about the correct formula here. So what I'm going to do, compound interest. What is the formula for compound interest? If you didn't know, it's A equals P times 1 plus R to the power of N. Now, A is the total amount, P is the principal, the beginning amount, and the R is the rate, N is the time. Okay, so I'm going to put this A equals P equals R equals N equals. Now, N is the one that we're looking for, the time. So we don't know. Okay. What was amount, the final amount that we have? $15,000. Oh, I was right. 12,000. We need that because that's a principal. At the start, we had 12,000. Rate is 2%. Rate, always put it in a decimal form, guys. So it'd be 0.02. Why? Because 2 divided by 100. But I have to say, it is for per month, isn't it? Yep, per month. Okay, so make sure we have per month. So in N is in a month. How many months? Okay, all right. So let's put all that in, substitute into the right places here. So I'm going to go 15,000 equals 12,000. 1 plus r was 0.02 in power of n. Now, when you look at this one, next time you go straight into 1 point something, okay? Don't do 1 plus 0.02. I mean, at the beginning, yes, because you don't want to make a silly mistake. That's okay. So I'm going to just swap this because I want this to be on my left-hand side. I just feel comfortable that way. 1.02 to the power of n equals 15,000. Okay, that's not bad. Now I'm going to divide it by this, both sides 12,000. So I've got 1.02 power of n equals 15,000 over 12,000, which is 5 over 4. So I've got 1.02 to the power of n equals 5 over 4. Now this looks like we need to use log, isn't it? Because the power is n. By the way, log is all about power, okay? Indices. So I'm going to take log, which means I'm going to put log base 10 here. I'm going to put 10, 10. Okay? And therefore, I can put the n in front of the log. And then I don't touch 5 over 4. Leave it as it is. It's okay. It's happy like that. Okay? And then I'm going to divide it by both sides with log base 10 1.02. So n equals log base 10 5 over 4 log 10 1.02. Okay, so put that in your calculator. You will get something like 11.26 ... Now that means roughly 12 months. Why is not 11 months, miss? Well, if you put this, say, let's test it. 12 months and 11 months. This is the part that you have to check your answer. Okay, we solve it and check. So 12 months, we put it in. You will get roughly, so 12 months, I'm going to put it in here. Here, 12,000 brackets 1 plus 0.02 to power of 12 here. And you use your calculator, what you're going to get is about $15,219. But if you put 11 months, 14,920. It's not quite 15,000, isn't it? So it's better to do 12 months. So it's not really rounding up as like 5 or more than 5. Okay, so it's a 12 months. Hopefully you understand this part. So it's important you check. Okay, so don't just go automatically at 11 months. It's 12 months. Therefore, 12 months. So it will take James 12 months for his investment to grow from 12,000 to 15,000. So 1 year. It'll take him 1 year. Okay, not 11 months. Okay, next question. Now this is another long one, but interesting. Okay, I quite like sort of apply questions like this. So I'm gonna give you some time. I'm talking right now, so read the question so that you're ready for it. Okay, so I hope that you read it. So there's 3 parts. Find the correct to the nearest whole number. Part A, the mass of substance remaining after 10 days. So the information we have to collect is 10 days. So here T is 10 because T is the time, which is in days. A is the gram, the substance. So we are looking for what is the A? Okay, after 10 days. That's not too bad. That's okay. So let me see if I could do it here like that so that you can still see the question. All right, so here we go. A equals 300 times 2 to the power of minus 10 over 20. Okay, 10 over 20 because it's 10 days, and you put it in your calculator, you will get 212.132 ... And that is roughly 212 days. Okay, Rahel? Understood? Okay, so that's what answer is. Part B. Rahel asked me to say hello to her on this video, so I'm doing that now. So the time taken for the substance to decay to half its original mass. So time, it's the one that we have to look for. So I'm going to go underline and a question mark. That's what I have to do. And then half of its mass. So half. So what was it? 300 gram originally. So I want it to be 150 grams. So what I'm going to do, B. So I'm going to use the formula. Up there. So this time A, that's my A, isn't it? So A is 150 gram, and then 300 times 2 to the power of T over 20. So how long will it take to be 150 grams? So I'm going to go, okay, so divided by 300 on both sides. So it'll be okay, so what's that, 150? Sorry, I'm just looking at something different right now. Minus T over 20. And then that's 1 over 2. 20. Well, that's pretty easy, isn't it? Yep. I think that's pretty easy. So it'll be, now this one's quite easy because all I have to do now is minus T over 20 equals minus 1. So I'm going to get rid of the negatives. So T equals times by 20 on both sides, 20. It'll take 20 days. Okay, now can I just tempt you for what if it'll take 100 grams, okay? So I'm going to just change quickly the question. If we wanted 100 grams, how long will it take? So I'm just going to do extra question for you. So that's 1 over 3 because I'm dividing by 300 on both sides. So again, I'm just going to rewrite this as like this. Okay, so we can't really do what we did before. So all you have to do now, we'd have to take log, isn't it? So I'm going to take log base 10 2 minus T over 20 equals log 10. All I've done was I just swapped this the other way around because I want this to be my left hand side. And then I move this power to the front. And then log base 10 2 minus, because I'm taking powers to the front. Okay. So, and then I will divide by and then do that, and obvious times by minus 20 on both sides. It'll be T equals minus 20 times minus log 10 3 over log 10 2. Now put that in your calculator. You will get 31.699 ... Therefore I'll get, well, roughly 32 days to get to the 100 grams. Of course, you need to check with the calculator, put 32 days here, and then see if you can get 100 grams. It might be a little bit less, 100 grams, but that's okay. All right, so that's done. And then third one, the time taken. So again, T we're looking for. The substance to decay to mass of 50 gram. A equals 50 gram now. So let's have a look. So the formula will be 50 equals 300 times 2 to the power of T over 20. Okay, so I divided by 300 on both sides. It'll be 1 over 6, 2 to the power of T over 20. Okay, so and then I'm going to take log. It'll be, I'm going to, oh, you know what? I'm going to actually change this to 6 minus 1. Okay, always put it into index form, guys. That's a lot easier. So I'm going to put log here. Always it's a base 10 because that's why we have to use a calculator, guys. In the calculator, log is always a base 10. Oops, I forgot something, didn't I? And then I'm going to move this power to the front. Minus 1 log 6. And then I'll divide it by log base 10 2. So I'll get like that. And then I'm going to times by minus 20 on both sides. So minus 20 times minus log. Don't do calculation before you put it all in. Why? Because you will get decimal if you do it in the middle, and then you lose some numbers. So it's not as accurate. So just write it down at the end and then just use a calculator at the end, the very end. Okay, so if you do that, you will get 51.699 ... Now that will roughly 52 days. If you put a check, if you put that in, it'll get 49.48. If you put this in, 49.48 grams. So it's not quite 50. It's actually about 51.7 days will give us 50 grams, but roughly 52. So if it's a little bit less, it's not too bad. So I would say 52 days, but make sure you check the answers. So that is close to 50 or a little bit less. Okay, because if you use 51 days, it's 51 grams. So it's not going to, it's going to be over 51 grams. So it's a bit off. Okay, well done.